Be careful what you say when you're up in life. Those are the words that came out of Nicki Minaj's mouth on March 16th, 2024. Nicki Minaj was just live on Station Head and gave background as to what impacted her performance at Rolling Loud, California in Los Angeles. And she also said some things that could be attributed to Meek Mill. I'll get into all of that and tell you what Meek Mill said that had triggered her comments. But for now, let's get into all the updates before we even get to that. Okay, so if you did not know, Nicki headlined Rolling Loud California, and usually the headlining set is about 1 hour. Nicki's tour, the Pink Friday 2 World Tour, goes for 2.5 hours to 3, but of course we don't expect her to do the whole time for Rolling Loud, right? And so she ended up cutting about 16 songs, and Nicki was also noticeably sick. Her voice was cracking during the performance. And so she talked about Rolling Loud telling her the day of that they could not use the full functionality of the stage. So the risers, so like what brings Nikki up on the stage, but from inside where you can't see her, the risers on both levels from the top of the stage to the bottom of the stage, they weren't going to work. She said, I didn't know what was going on, but that the full functionality wouldn't be there. So I made a few changes because of that. So I don't know if she cut some songs because of the risers, and because she said, I won't say much else about that. She said it's more important to give love and energy to the people standing outside and to Rolling Loud for having us. Who went to Rolling Loud? If you were there, please comment below and let me know, like how it went from your perspective. She said that Rolling Loud did a great job making it a Barb type of event with a Rolling Loud type of event. So they changed up a lot of their branding on social media, and they were just very welcoming to the Barbs. She said the Pink Friday Nails, her new company, is officially out. Shout out to Yvette, who is her nail stylist, and she said shout out to Grits, who was her photographer, videographer, for the amazing photo shoot that he did before the nail company. If you guys haven't seen my previous video on the nail company, I did one. So if you need more info about that, yeah, definitely go on the channel. Because it's a lot going on there. And then I also give you guys a buying guide, okay? And then also there's the link to buy the nails in the description of this video. She said she's been wearing the nails her entire tour. She said she's gonna post a couple more things. So many people thought she was only gonna sell long and pointy nails, but of course she's selling all sizes for all people. Now, the Barbs brought up because of the nails, right? The male Barbs, they want some merch that's specific to them, so they started bringing up KOCK rings. Get what I mean? So then she was like, "What is going on?" She was like, "This is not the Grinder edition. IDK what a COCK ring is, and I don't have a need for it in my life." She was like, how does that work if your PENIS is not hard and firm? Pause. So, yeah, she did a little bit of a tangent on that, but she moved on to talk about giving praise to Tyga, Ray Shremmerd, and other artists, even Sexy Red, who performed at Rolling Loud before her set. And she was like, do y'all know what it is to look on the bill and see all these artists I've collaborated with? She shouted out the Pound Town remix that came out in 2023. She was like, on my arena show, there's more time. She wanted to make sure that it was just her and the Barbs for Rolling Loud, because there's been times, because it's a festival show and it's less time, that she would try to bring out artists, but she normally wouldn't be able to end the show, the ending of her show, which is very important to her. And so if she had a guest, she wouldn't be able to end it how she would want to, and she wouldn't feel great about that. But she still sent her congratulations to all the artists, Sexy Red, Tyga, and who else? Ray Shremmerd, who performed, and she wanted to show up for them. She wanted to come to Rolling Loud early and show up for their sets, but she said that she was sick. Okay. Um, she said, I was thinking about how cold the Barbs were too. It was very cold. It was very windy up there. She was like, I was up there moving around and it was still cold. She gave a special virtual hug with mask on to everyone who was there. So why is Nicki sick? That's the tea. She has been performing and moving around and using her voice a lot. But guys, if you are sick, please do not sign up for meet and greets. And if you have a meet and greet, please tell somebody if you're sick, because we can't be risking Nicki's health just because you want to meet her. This is why I think Nicki prolonged her tour, so that we could get away from COVID, ID, and like all the other sicknesses that's been going around. So please, now she's talking about mask on. If you're going to get a meet and greet, you might have to wear a mask. So please be careful. She shouted out the Wireless Festival in the UK, said that we're coming to turn that up. She also praised Monica and Tyga, saying that Monica has been on every show. Tyga came out for shows prior to Rolling Loud, the 3 shows prior to Rolling Loud. She said they're both superstars on the stage, and that's what I love. They engage with the audience immediately, and have a strong performance presence. And that's what it's all about. I'm getting anyone um that when I get off the stage, they also show the same level of professionalism. And she will be uploading more footage from her meet and greets. Okay. Now, her Atlanta shows are coming up this week. And so she's like, a lot of people have been asking for her mixtape songs. They want a mixtape Nicki section in the show. She shouts out her DJ Booth. It's the first tour that we don't have a mixtape section with Booth in the show. She said, once y'all understood the arena show, y'all could tell that it wouldn't really fit. This is where I disagree with her with, because it's just like, what wouldn't really fit where? We would have to take out some songs or some sections, but I'm okay with that for because people really want to get back to your roots, especially as Nicki towards the East Coast of the United States now. Now her demographic of the audience is going to be way more black, just her core fan base, whereas the West Coast was a lot of Hispanic, Asian, white, black as well, XYZ. But right now she's getting into the hood Nika. So we need them hood Nika vibes, okay? So she did say she's gonna keep some changes for Rolling Loud. She cut out way too many songs for me. Some of my favorites. Win Again. I need Win Again in every show. So I really hope that she didn't cut it some songs out. Which I think she's cutting out. She said that when she feels better, she's gonna go meet with Juice, Casper, and Omar. Omar is the musical director. Casper is the overall creative director of her tour, and then Juice is her engineer, sound engineer. So they're gonna work on what she wants to cut out and what she wants to keep in for the show. She said, I felt worse yesterday, but I got through it. She said, told some barbs at the meet and greet that she doesn't want them being by yourselves. Now, she also said, so when make sure that y'all are traveling with partners and people that you know and trust. She also said, tell Burna Boy to put out that remix that they teased a couple weeks ago. She said, so please go tag him on social media. She didn't say to do that, but I'm telling you to tag him because I want that song. Okay. Now she also said some other words of wisdom. Now, I don't think that this has to do with Meek Mill, but she was just like, this ain't never been no pandering stuff. And I think she's talking about like the Burna Boy, like not needing to pander to African audience to be successful. I could be wrong about that. This is all speculation. It's all speculation moving forward. So please keep that in mind when you are about to comment. So she said, no, it's the difference between when people want you around versus when you need them around. Know when someone wants you around. When people think you need them around, that's when they start showing their ASS. Now, let's get into the Meek Mill of it all. So, y'all know that Meek Mill is one of Nicki's exes, one of her highest profile relationships, and they were together around the 2014, 2015 era when Nicki released her album, The Pink Print. And so she said that she wanted to have some kikis of the day. She, I take that as wanting to throw some shade. So then she said that she recalled how a male rapper, and she did not say no names. So all of this is speculation. She said, I remember someone told me one day that you want to be rapping at 30 years old? She said another male artist said that. And now she said that male artist can't sell those raps and they're way beyond 30. So Meek Mill recently just dropped a project that only sold 6,000 copies. Okay. And so I want to show you guys how I did this math. So here it is. Meek Mill's birthday. So May 6th, 1987. So 1987 minus or 2024 minus 1987. I think Meek Mill is around 37 years old. And we know that when they got together, it was around 2014. 2014 minus 1987. At the time they got around, he was 27, right? All right, cool. What else? Oh, sorry, 1 second. And so during the doing the math when they were together, Meek was about 27 and Nicki was about 32. She said that when you try to hurt people and pull them down, be careful. You don't know what life has in store. Now, I'm the most successful I've ever been, and they have declined a lot. It's also about being careful what you say to people when you're trying to hurt them. Years later, you'll remember, and now you have to try and get into a different profession while the queen sits on her throne. And she said, this is not a laughing matter. It's a learning matter. When you feel that you're on top of the world in whatever career you're in, it has nothing to do with rap. You have to be so careful what you say to people or what you say in general, because you're not guaranteed to be successful or to stay successful. And she said, it doesn't matter who you're affiliated with. And Meek Mill has been affiliated with one of the most powerful people in the game, Jay-Z. He's no longer, but he was. And so I want to show you guys some tweets that actually popped off today before Nicki went live. Also, fun fact, Nicki talked about her favorite movie being Sarafina. So this is what it looks like there. Anybody have that in common with her? No. So, I mean, not no, but like if you do. So Meek Mill actually started going off today. He said, I want a podcast deal. I have a lot to say on many different levels. If you have a podcast business moving slow, I can reverse that. From Meek Mill, I've always been my own media and I want to join the culture of Black media. So academics quotes this, as you guys know, Ak and Meek have been going back and forth for weeks at this point. He said, I'll offer you $1 million up front for you to do 52 episodes, one a week. We'll own video and audio with an option to renew for a second year. Also, we bust down ads 50% on any ads we bring in, and you can own the podcast, but we share the IP as long as you're in the deal. Academics followed up saying, oh, and we'll handle the production. We'll record, edit, and obviously promo as part of the deal. So academics is basically sunning Meek Mill and offering him a job. And so I feel like Nicki saw this before she came live, but it's true. You know, Meek Mill definitely had his rise to fame. He had his time and he probably thought that he would never fall, but he has. And, clearly things are not working out for him these days. So I definitely want to know what you guys have to say about this, if you even think she's talking about Meek, because you can say, oh, she could have been talking about Santana. Santana has said something like that, but when he said that, he didn't want to be rapping at 35. He was talking to Lotto and Carisha on a Carisha Please podcast. Also, people are speculating Quavo, but Quavo never was really on top like that as a solo artist, the way that Meek Mill was. So I definitely want to know what you guys think about that. So yeah, I appreciate you guys so much for listening until the end. Do you think that Nicki needs to put Did It on him on a set list? I want to know one of those. What's your thoughts on that as well? And please, once again, check out my previous videos on the bArBoLoGiE playlist about Nicki's what's it called? Nail company. But for right now, get well soon, Nicki. Please rest up because we have a lot more shows to come, and I will see you guys in the next video.